assist toward the project. And Rotary Club of Fajara, they have also benefited a lot from the president. He has donated quite a substantial amount of money to the Rotary Club of Fajara to assist them in some of the projects that they have been embarking upon.
Let us look at the relationship between these two clubs. Do you interact? Do you sit down and try to work together somehow?
Oh yes,
Banjul and Fajara.
yes, certainly. Since we have the same.
You have an MOU, stuff like that.
No, we don't need that. Actually, no. You know, the way Rotary works is that a new club has to be sponsored by an existing club. Rotary Club of Banjul sponsored the creation of Rotary Club of Fajara. So they are like
brothers.
Brothers, yes. I wouldn't call it babies. You know, we are brothers and sisters. You know, we helped to create them. Yeah, we created them. So that link is always there. You know, and there are a few projects and things that we embark together on. And you know, yeah, we consult with each other. Yes, the relationship. It's one Rotary. And it's not only with the Rotary Club of Fajara. You know, throughout the world, we, like I said, we network. And within the district, every district does have a district conference every year. So the last one we had was held in Benin. So we go around the countries in the sub-region, within the district, to attend this. It's a requirement for the incoming president and the secretary. They must attend, because in that conference, there are 2 days of conference. There's 1 day of training, and it is obligatory for every president to undergo training before you take office, and the secretary.
Training on what?
On what you are expected to do during your year of tenure. You know, what the president's role is, the duties and things that you are supposed to do. The same thing for the secretary. It's mandatory. Others, of course, do attend, you know, also on their own personal effort there. So that happens. Now, also, Rotary International organizes a big convention for everybody throughout the world. This next year is going to happen in Lisbon. So quite a lot of, you're talking of probably in the region of about maybe 5,000, 10,000 Rotarians meeting in one location, and to go through 1 week of this thing, the field of Rotary. The last one was held in Hong Kong, and I think we had at least one representative from the Gambia. But Gambia, you know, being, you know how we are small, I mean, we are not usually represented in large numbers. But you go, you see the Ghanaians are there, the Ugandans, the Nigerians, not to talk of some other countries. United States, of course, is just too huge. So yes, we do come together as one community, you know, in this the convention.
Now let us be a bit explanatory here to probably non-members. If somebody wants to become a member of the Rotary Club, how does the person go about it?
Well, it's simple. You have to be introduced. You have to be sponsored by an existing Rotarian. So if you are interested, for example, we discuss it, or maybe I can even take the initiative and say, I think you will make a good material. So, and if I get you enticed, yes, I invite you to the meeting. I introduce you to the meeting. Is Mr. So or Mrs. this, you know, give a background. The person can speak for him or herself, and, you know, and express your interest. And then you are free to attend all our meetings, except when we have business meetings. And, you know, there you learn about, you know, what Rotary is all about, and we actually observe your commitment to the ideals of Rotary. And if we are convinced that really you are ready to become a member to serve even in a bigger capacity, then we do an induction of that perspective.
Mr. Jonah, let me ask you finally, what does the future of the Rotary Club look like in the Gambia?
Well, it's very, very, very bright. What we do is recognized as practice. It's not only embarking on projects. We train people to become better leaders tomorrow. So, and you know, we have a lot of virgin grounds, that is to recruit members. It's not so easy because a lot of people just think that if you don't have a lot of money, you cannot become a Rotarian. That is not true. So the future looks bright. Once we can convince people that really this is a club where you will actually benefit from actually seeing that you are helping people who need assistance, gives a lot of satisfaction. And we think we are on target to expand and be visible. You see, that's the main thing. I mean, previously we said no, you don't advertise. You just go in quietly, do what you're doing, and leave. But nowadays, I mean, the thinking has changed in that you have to show what you're doing. You have to showcase it, and we are doing that kind of thing.
Mr. Jonathan, it's been a pleasure to have you on the interview. Thank you very much for joining me tonight.
Thank you, Malik, for having me.
Well, that was the interview. My guest has been Mrs. Shola Joyner. He's a Rotarian, and by virtue, he's the representative of the district governor. From me, Malik Jones. Join me next time for the interview. Good night.
In our last edition, I promised an interview with Dr. Jain. We will be joined by Dr. Jain to discuss on diseases that are more prevalent in the winter season with special emphasis on the common cold. Well, this is me fulfilling that promise. In tonight's edition, we bring you an exclusive interview with Dr. Omar Jain on winter infection and all you need to know about the common cold. You are watching the season's programs on GRTS, and I am your presenter, Ndeye Kumba Demba.
You're right. There's a observable prevalence of certain kind of illnesses as the weather changes, and this is evidence currently as you see that the weather has dropped in temperature. And obviously, the upper respiratory tract infection, as the cough infections are much prevalent at the moment. This is due to the fact that certain kind of bacteria or viruses tend to thrive more in this kind of environment. So yes, currently at this time of the year, upper respiratory tract infections are more prevalent. Common cold normally is caused by the influenza virus. It's a viral illness that people tend to get through the what are called aerosol, through coughing, through droplets that they can breathe when other people who are infected get it. It's very common, and it's normally will affect your upper respiratory tract, and it's your nose, your throat. People cough, a bit of fever, headache, general body pain, and if it gets complicated, it's going to be secondary infection, develop sore throat, and then of course chest infection. It is worse in people who are elderly, those above 65. Children also, you see a lot of children coughing. It can disturb them quite a lot. People who are diabetics, who have what they call compromised people who have chronic heart disease, diabetics, etc., are more prone to this illness. And also, if they have it, probably someone takes longer to recover. Most people who have it, who are young and fit, even without treatment, will recover over a period of, let's say, a week or so. But as in complications do happen, and this whereby the cough will persist and cause more, go down to the lungs, etc. But most of it is just the upper part of the respiratory tract system.